Here's Aaron's holiday review of The Shop Around the Corner. I don't know much about The Shop Around the Corner. I just know that James Stewart was in it, and I had never heard of Margaret Sullivan, but she is darling. It's in Hungary, Budapest, but these people really don't seem like they're from Hungary, Budapest. There's no like accents or anything. It's more like feels like New York City. Jimmy Stewart plays Alfred, and he basically is like the guy underneath the boss and helps run the shop. And there's also Clara, who ends up working at the shop. They don't like each other. They're very like offended by one another. I guess at one point Alfred had said that she like had a really ugly blouse and that really offended her. She's also like calling him bow-legged, and he really doesn't like that. So they just don't get along. Each of them have been like having pen pals and writing to these people that they're falling in love with, but they have no idea that they're writing to each other. The night Alfred's supposed to meet his anonymous pen pal, he ends up getting fired from his boss because he thinks that he's cheating on him, cheating with his wife. Alfred ends up going though to the diner to meet the girl, and then finds out, oh my gosh, the anonymous pen pal is Clara. This is where I was like, this sounds familiar. It's You've Got Mail, or You've Got Mail is Shop Around the Corner. Different films. You've Got Mail is obviously playing like an homage to Shop Around the Corner, because that's Kathleen Kelly or Meg Ryan's shop in the movie, The Shop Around the Corner. That night, the boss finds out that it wasn't Jimmy Stewart, it wasn't Alfred, it was this other guy in the shop, the fancy man. It was him who had cheated on him with his wife. He ends up trying to kill himself with a gun. They don't handle suicide very well in here, and there's a lot of mental health situations that just do not age well and are very cringe. So here's where the holidays come in. It's Christmas Eve, and they give Alfred the store back to be the boss while, the boss is away. Clara doesn't show up to work though, she's sick, so he goes and visits her. Also, Clara's just sick because she got stood up. Like, she's like deathly ill in her bed. Basically like, can't get up because she got stood up. When Alfred visits her, he basically tells her like, what kind of guy would stand you up? He's gotta be a jerk. She gets the letter at that moment, obviously written by Alfred. She doesn't know that. That's like, I'm sorry I stood you up, I have a really good excuse. And she's all better, and she can go back to work. She comes back to the store, and that night it's Christmas Eve, and Alfred and Clara are left together. He ends up revealing to her that he's the one that wrote the letter, and that he's the one behind everything, and she's kind of like, I was kind of hoping it was this whole time. I've kind of really been into you. He's like, yeah, when I was talking about the blouse, like, it was really just kind of into you. Ready to be engaged to these people in the letters, and so now that they know it's each other, she is ready to get engaged to him. But before anything, she needs to see his legs, because she needs to know he's not bow-legged. He reveals his legs to her, and he's not bow-legged. Oh, and they kiss. The end. So if you're looking for a holiday film, I don't really think it's like a holiday film. If you're looking for a cute movie in the background, it's cute. Especially for the time period, it probably was really, really great. But just for the holidays, I wouldn't recommend it for the holidays.